Hi guys, welcome to the fourth chapter of our Proxmox series. Today we are tackling an essential guide to Proxmox, the user interface. By the end of this video, you will have a working knowledge of how to navigate around the web and command line interfaces. Let's get started. We'll start with the web interface. Essentially, it's a JavaScript-based web application that you will find on port 8006 on your Proxmox host. It might seem daunting at first, with quite a few pieces of information and configuration options available, but you will soon find out that it's quite easy to make sense of. Think of the WebGUI as your command center for managing your entire Proxmox data center or cluster. It's designed with efficiency and user-friendliness in mind, making even complex tasks more accessible to new users or beginners. Let me show you. Navigating the WebGUI is all about knowing where to look. You can divide the whole interface into 4 areas: the header area, the left sidebar, the main panel, and the bottom panel. Let's go through each of them. At the very top, on the left side, you will find the Proxmox logo leading to the Proxmox website, the version of the PVE you're running, and the search bar for quick navigation. I'd like to highlight this search bar. It's overlooked by many people, yet it's incredibly helpful once you get used to working with it. You have all your nodes, VMs, containers, networks, and storages at your fingertips. You can access it by clicking inside the search field, but a more convenient way is to use the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-F, and then you just start typing. It's much quicker than traversing through the tree in the left panel, especially if you have a larger data center with many nodes and VMs. Plus, you don't need to remember which VM or container runs on which node. It's much easier to use this search field. Okay, moving on. I just had to tell you about this field. On the right side, there's a link to the documentation, which is really comprehensive. I'd say it's so comprehensive that it's almost daunting, but you will find literally everything in there. Next to it are shortcuts to create VMs and Lexi containers. For beginners, Lexi containers and Docker containers are not the same thing. We'll get to that in later videos, just keep that in mind. And the last button lets you set up a few basic settings like language, color thing, password, two-factor authentication, and so on. Okay, that's the header. Now, this left sidebar is your navigation through your inventory. It lists everything in your data center, which in Proxmox's terms is your whole cluster. All your hosts or nodes, all the VMs, containers, networks, storages, everything. Each click here will refresh the main panel with relevant information and options. And I think this is the only place in the whole Proxmox GUI where right-clicking on an element will bring up a context menu with options and actions. Everywhere else, it just opens the browser context menu. This inconsistency is confusing and makes me wonder if there's any place inside Proxmox with these context actions I haven't found yet. Just be consistent. Either put it everywhere or nowhere. It's ridiculous to have it this way. Okay, never mind, to the point. The heart of the action happens here. Depending on what you've selected in the left sidebar, this main area displays detailed information, settings, and configurations for your data center, nodes, VMs, containers, storage, network, everything. It's where you'll spend most of the time setting up and fine-tuning your virtual environment. Look, if I select the data center, you see that the contents of the main area will change. There's this submenu where you will find all the stuff related to the data center itself, like search. You can see here everything that runs inside this cluster. Summary showing the top level information on this cluster, nodes, cluster, Ceph, options, storage, backup, replication. Every single option opens in this main area its own specialized view. The same goes for each individual host or node, and so on. You get the gist. I won't go over every single option in this video. That will come in later videos of this Proxmox series. This tutorial is more about orientation in Proxmox itself. Last but not least, the bottom side of the screen is dedicated to tasks and logs. It's a real-time log of tasks or operations, updates and alerts, keeping you informed of the health and activity of your system. You can see everything that happened or is happening right here, with timestamps, who's responsible for it, and so on. Quite a handy thing. But if you don't care about it right now, you can resize it or hide it completely by hitting this almost invisible little arrow. Okay, that's it about the basics of the web interface. Now, while the WebGUI offers a fantastic visual interface, sometimes using Proxmox, you need the power and flexibility of the command line. The Proxmox CLI, or command line interface, is a powerful tool for deep system management and automation, going even beyond the WebGUI's capabilities. Proxmox is based on Debian, but it has its own custom kernel, so any prior experience with this system will be helpful to you while delving into the depths of Proxmox. The CLI is easily accessible through SSH or the built-in console in the web interface. In my opinion, you should try to connect to your Proxmox host via SSH at least once in the beginning, so you feel a bit comfortable with it later on. For simple reasons, because sooner or later something unexpected may happen and the WebGUI might become unresponsive, and you'll need to do something with Proxmox without the web interface. Even if it's something as trivial as restarting a node, everyone using Proxmox should be able to do this, even with shaky hands and elevated heart rate while your servers and services are failing. Trust me on this one. I won't do any kind of deep dive right now into the Proxmox CLI. That would probably bore and scare you at the same time. For that, there's really great documentation for you online. You remember that button in the upper right corner, right? Don't be shy, hit it. Just the very basic things. To restart the whole node, just write reboot into the console. To restart only the web interface, use the service PVE proxy restart command. You know, if it gets stuck by any chance. You can list your VMs by using command qmlist, for example, and so on. Just follow the docs, or better, I'll give you a link to a basic cheat sheet down in the description. And the last thing to know, almost all the configuration files are stored in the /etc/pve location. So if you want to start digging deeper, that's the right place to begin. Do know Proxmox's CLI is equipped with tools for every aspect of system management, from VM and container operations to network and storage management. You really don't need the web interface if you don't like it. Embracing these tools can significantly enhance your ability to manage and, more importantly, automate your virtual environment. So, my advice here is familiarize yourself with the documentation, join community forums to seek help if you get stuck, always test commands in a safe environment before applying them to your production system, and consider scripting repetitive tasks for efficiency. That's it. That wraps up my guide to Proxmox interfaces. We've covered the layout and navigation of the WebGUI and touched on the potential of the CLI. Remember, mastering Proxmox is a journey. It takes time and a dedicated mind to explore, experiment, and engage with both interfaces to truly unlock the powers of this incredible virtualization platform. I'd like to hear how you're using Proxmox, any tips you've discovered, or questions you might have. Drop me a comment below, and if you found this guide helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more tutorials like this. See you in the next video where I'll show you 6 things you should do right after you install Proxmox. Thanks for watching.